When it comes about conflict resolutions is a way for two or more parties to find a peaceful solution to disagreement among them. In other words, without a solution between conflicts, you will never solve, or perhaps you can never mend and bond together ever again because of how much you're disagreeing and how much conflict there is between two of you in the relationship. I believe that this is an important skill to learn about conflict resolution because not only will it sever the bond between relationships, but this will only bring negative traits towards your life. Like I said earlier, without solving conflict resolutions, the bond between you two will pretty much be far apart from each other. So, one thing I learned about conflict resolution is that when it comes to disagreements, one of the things that everyone needs to know is that disagreements will always bring more conflict and more problems towards yourself and others psychologically. For this one, I believe this is true because not only did I experience this from the past, because of how much I am enduring, how much, I wouldn't say pack, but how much things I'm taking a toll on my back. Back in the past, I would usually be not influenced, but I would be down to negative pressure and negative feelings, which causes me to be stressed, and sometimes I would lose my hair at the same time, which I'm still having a problem until now, but I'm still working on it over time. Conflict resolution is an important life skill because not only will it help others, but it can help yourself physically and mentally. By using conflict resolution skills, you can pretty much help everyone around you positively, and hopefully they can help you back someday. Like, if I do this, they do this, or they do you for them. As for servant leadership skills, this is like conflict resolution, but this can also boost your morality and as well as your co-workers, since you are prioritizing your employees and as well as your customers. When using servant leadership skills, you can prioritize your comrades or your employees and your customers to the full potential, leading them to be inspired to do other things too. Not just like, oh, you do this and you do that. You want to influence them to do other things in order to be successful in life too. You don't want to do this for them or yourself because you need to work, but you need to do this because you want them to change for themselves, and hopefully they can pass on to servant leadership skills. One of the things I learned is that having an optimistic value between you and others can be accomplished through many things such as bonding, trust, strengthening, and mentally and physically. Meaning, in other words, or in putting it short, you can help them and yourself at the same time, creating friendships, and hopefully these relationships can last long enough so that way they can help you over time. Overall, after learning the stuff about servant leadership skills, one of the feedbacks that you'll be obtaining as a reward is that you'll be listening properly, you'll be gaining empathy, you could be healing your past events, like psychologically and mentally. You will have full awareness of your surroundings, meaning like you can help people, you can help yourself, as I said before. Persuasion is another thing that really caught my eye when I was researching about servant leadership skills, as well as conceptualization. The last two were foresight and stewardship. I think those are useful too because, like I said, more leadership, more potential towards others. Finally, a few questions about here. One of the things that I found when I was researching about conflict resolution and servant leadership skills was that I found a lot of informative resources throughout all of them. That way I could gain knowledge for myself And basically, I could stack knowledge on top of what I'm having right now. So, for instance, what I have right now versus what I'm learning from online and gaining from that information towards myself. Another thing is that I wouldn't say I learned a lot of resources from this, but as I said before, one of the things I learned about certain relationship skills that you get these traits that comes off with it. By mastering these skills or mastering certain leadership skills overall, you get skills such as listening, empathy, healing, and basically everything before that I just said within about certain leadership skills. And then finally, using this information, you can use this as your workplace, as I said before, to influence others to their max potential, giving them more hopes about what they can do to themselves, and hopefully they can use it for their own positive creations over time in the future. You don't want to do this by yourself, but you want to help them and prioritize them, since they will be helping towards others in the future. Yeah. Either way, this is my video. Thank you for listening.